Welcome back to part 2 of episode 10. The party left off entering Aris's tent after discussing why they came to Varrock and what information they are looking for to help with the job King Rold gave them. Let's jump right back in. Enjoy. It's very cozy, and it is loaded with pillows and candles and curtains. Even though there's no windows, they're just kind of draped along the walls. A very heavy aroma, like essence in the air. Yeah, you almost choke initially on it. It's so heavy, but you get used to it and it relaxes you. And at the back of the tent, you see a very old woman seated behind a large table. There's 2 chairs across from her. And she sees you all approach. Oh, hello there. Who are you? What can we do for you?
So I take my middle finger, my index finger, I put it to my temple. I close my eyes. I put my other hand out in her direction and I go, "Your name is Lady Aris?"
It's on the sign outside, but I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of fun. Hi, I'm Fazora, and I it's just a little something fun to break the ice, but we have something kind of serious to discuss.
Puts her thumb and her finger to her temples, and she points at you and she goes, Fazora Tinkler.
And my arms just get covered with goosebumps once more, and I look back around at everybody else. I've never met this woman.
I'm gonna say, well, there's two seats. Why don't the twins sit down?
Oh, he's trying to set us up.
No, I think it makes sense. I'm in.
Please sit down. Yeah, sit down. What are you here for? What can we do for you today?
I tug him down just to make absolutely sure he's sitting.
I'm sitting down.
We come to you with questions and concerns.
About? Yes?
The concern, perhaps you share with us, one of demons and dark mages.
I knew you would come, Fazora. The
not a
candles
fan of
kind of dim in the room somehow. They're open flame candles, but they all dim.
Thaumaturgy.
And she pulls this large glass orb, and it's got this swirling purple essence inside of it. I assume you want to know what happens. Yes, in your future, yes?
Not really. No.
I'm like, I'm fixated, and I'm kind of looking slack-jawed into the mystical ball here.
I've also never seen anything like this, and I am all for it.
Yeah, you all have goosebumps right now. Just the candles dimming and her creepy little laugh, and very uneasy but comfortable.
Yeah.
You're not like in danger. You don't feel scared in that way. You're just in awe, like you guys said. So she goes, "Okay, well, let's see." And she pulls up this piece of parchment and holds it up in front of you, and you see future reading 2 gold. Past memory, 3 gold. Buy one, get one, 3 gold.
I throw my entire bag on the table.
Wait. I grab the bag. Wait.
No, leave it.
Wait. Can you read the list again? Can I read the list again?
Oh, God.
Yeah, so it's fortune for the futures, 2 gold. Past memories, 3 gold. Or buy one, get one for 3 gold.
Which one is information? I don't want my
information on your past
fortune
or
read.
your
No.
future.
About that demon. That potential demon. Demonic presence that's killing people. Or they might be killing people for.
The king sent you, did he not? Yes?
Yes, because you
And she
warned
holds
him.
up this potion she pulls out from under the table. It's this blue like liquid and it's like steaming out the top of it. And she kind of swipes it across in front of the table and blows at the same time. And
Oh
this
shit!
fog kind of goes out over all of you. And all of your minds kind of go fuzzy. And
My bad.
there's like a movie beginning to play in your minds. And you see a much, much older Varrock, less people milling about, and you see a average human man. He's got long hair pulled back into a ponytail, wearing a breastplate, and across his back is a thin silver blade with a gold hilt. And he is walking south out of town the way you guys came in. And you see citizens running into the city walls. And you hear her voice. Yes, the adventurer. Wally saves the day, yes. And it's kind of just in the background of your minds. You hear her voice. She goes, the Delrith rose. He rose. And he tried to destroy us all. And you see this figure pull the sword off his back and begin running, as in the distance is smoke and flame. And you hear screams as people continue to run for the city. There are flashes of light in the forest, and it kind of fades out. And then, bam, to the front of your minds is this large red demon with black eyes, these large horns protruding out of its head, huge claws swiping at this figure holding this sword, and he's parrying these claws that are in themselves, they're like daggers. And each of you hear one word. So first of all is Fubar. You hear Aber.
Like that.
Bundak. You hear Gabino. Solana. You hear Perchai. Outside, Lug. You're standing in the fountain, people milling all about you. And you hear a word echo in your brain suddenly. Karlim and Yoshi. Camarinthum. Does anybody need any of those repeated?
Camarinthum.
Camarinthum.
Alrighty.
Cardamom.
Yours was Karlem.
Oh, Carl.
Everybody good? So none of you hear these other words, but you each hear this one word. But each word is coming from Wally's mouth as he's attacking this demon, forcing him back. And you see all around you are these large stone pillars. Think of like Stonehenge in a big circle like that. And in the middle is this large stone, lack of a better word, table, but it's solid right to the ground. And the top of it, as he's saying these words, begin to open up. And he's fighting this demon, backing it up towards this hole. And he pulls back Silverlight and drives it straight into the chest of this demon as he says Camarinthum. And the demon falls through this portal and it seals. And all is quiet. And you hear, Wally saved the city. Put the Delrith back in hell. And you guys are all back in the tent, looking at this old lady, ancient, very heavily wrinkled face. She's smiling, and you see like a black tooth as she smiles at the group of you and says, yes, the story of Delrith. He is set to return every 150 years. And guess who is tasked with this? And she looks directly at you, Fazora.
No.
The hero of Varrock.
I look back at the rest of the group, wide-eyed, just looking for any indication that what I'm experiencing is, dream versus reality.
I think Bundock would speak up and say, "What was that word I heard?" Gabino.
An incantation. It must be said to seal the Delrith for the next 150 years.
What language is that?
It is one of the gods. Dark in nature. A combination of Gothics and Zamorak.
So, no. We, there has to be a way to stop this, Aris. To keep the demon from coming.
There is no stopping it. It is already being done.
I grab her by
must.
the shoulders.
Must find Silverlight. And you
I-
must seal it away, or it is our doom.
Where would we look to find Silverlight? It's a legend. Does it even really exist?
Yeah. Have none of you heard rumor of where Silverlight lays?
I've heard a couple rumors.
Where would we look to find where the Delrith is going to be risen again?
That stone structure. I know you see it. It is south of the city, in the forest, a tad east. However, it is being protected. I assume that is why you are hired. The dark mages protect it with their lives.
Are they
Claiming
like
what they need for the resurrection, of course. And she points at the front page of the Varrock newspaper as two are dead.
well? So in theory, could we, if we stop them, could we stop the resurrection from happening?
You would think, but there is no stopping it. I have foreseen it all. And I have foreseen young Fozora Tingler dealing the final blow and sealing it away.
You must be thinking of somebody else, lady.
Do not shy away from it. Embrace it. It is destiny. Fate.
Stand up, and I start pacing the room.
And she just sits quietly, smiling at the group of you.
Am I close to Bundock? I think
Yeah,
so, right? We're in the
you're-
back.
Yep, you guys are standing behind. Yep.
Since he already spoke, I'm gonna nudge him. I'm gonna say, ask her why this has to happen every 150 years. Like, I'd rather just stop the whole thing. You know?
Yeah. Why 150 years? Like what?
Like a curse or something.
This wind. Alignments of the stars happened that opened the gates of the nine hells. Several portals will be opened. This, of course, is the imminent threat to Varrock.
I want to
Well-
stand up out of my chair and walk back to the group and be like, "Are we believing this lady right now? Like, what proof does she have?" Like,
I mean, I think we all kind of saw the same crazy thing, right?
Yeah, did you see the vision?
well, yeah, but that could be like some spell she has that she's making up a story in her head or something.
Poison.
But hey,
Poison.
Fubar, think of the money you could get when you say that your sister is the slayer of the Delrith.
Hey, I'm not against, looking into it, but I mean, how do we know this lady is like we can trust her?
Do you want her to dig
You
into
could
my
insight
past?
check.
Maybe ask her to tell you something from your past and see if it's legit or not.
Me?
No,
No,
I mean,
I'm talking to Fubar.
I guess I kind of just shrug my shoulders and know the payout in the end's worth it. So I'm going along either way. I'm just second guessing this lady.
I get your hesitancy. I walk up, sit back down, I put my hands in Aris's hands. I just look her as deep into the eyes of another human being as one can possibly do, and determine that she is being completely faithful. And I stand up and I say, I know what we have to do.
You all have a destiny together. You must help her. Each of you have your part. She cannot do it alone. But she will be the one that does it.
I scan everybody. Oh, and I want to gauge the looks on their faces.
Are you asking us to tell you what our faces look like?
I'm going to go one by one. Yep.
Okay.
Yoshi, you first.
I'll follow you anywhere. And I kneel down. Our champion.
Stop. No. The rest of you guys,
champion.
don't do that. No.
I'm in full
This is-
I believe in everything.
Thanks, Yosh. Fundoc,
I'm here for it. I'll be your shield.
You can have my bow.
I look up at Solana.
Solana's facial expression is like amused and satisfied, as in like she's heard what she needs to hear. She's ready to go.
That was enough for me. I'm psyched. I'm smiling. And I look over. I look over at my twin brother Fubar.
Who's just looking. I look back at her and I say, I guess if this is what you want to do, we're doing it anyway, right?
And
I believe in you.
I grab. I do that that badass handshake where you grab the dude's forearm.
The
And I look
forearm handshake.
Yes, exactly. And I nod.
And I'm still just have that confused look like we've never done this before. And I'm like, what the hell is. All right. I guess.
I look around and I just gauge whether there's anything left to be done.
Did you leave the 10 gold or did Fubar pick it up?
I gave her the 10 gold and said that was worth it.
Did you walk out to see the look on Lug's face?
Not yet.
She holds up the gold and she kind of rattles it. She goes, "You've paid for more if you so choose."
Solana looks at Yoshi and says, Yosh, I think if you want to learn something, we'll wait for you.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to. Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. What should I do? Foster, what should I do?
I mean, you want to know where you came from, right? I think that maybe. I mean, do you want to look toward the future to gauge that, or you want to look in the past? Maybe you'll see some cool stuff in the past. Yeah.
Yoshi, you look over at her as you're approaching, and as you're approaching, she's squinting at you.
Oh, snap.
She goes, uncertainty about you. Ooh. Future very bright. Questionable past. Take a seat. What will it be, young Yoshi?
I go, what's so crazy about my past?
The uncertainty you have for it.
What's that mean?
Would you like to find out?
Yes.
All right. The ball begins to swirl in front of her again as she waves her hands around it. And Yoshi, you're the only one that sees in your mind's eye as you peer into this crystal ball. She's talking to you, but none of you can hear her. You see her kind of like mumbling under her breath, but it's clear as day to you, Yoshi. And she is walking you down these hallways. You're underground and you're being carried by somebody. You can't get a glimpse of their face or who they are. They're short. You can't quite place it. And there's these sconces all along. And as you kind of glance about, you're in this huge underground hall. And you see these sparks of electricity like shoot out along the walls and then dim. It's still well lit because of the candle sconces, but all of a sudden you'll see this flash as this energy shoots down the brick in the hallway. And she goes, technology. Yes, ancient technology. First of its kind. And you continue to walk, and all of a sudden you hear a horn blaring, like a train. And it's rumbling, echoing through this large hallway. Transportation. Very cool. Do you know where you are, Yoshi?
I have no idea.
Dorgishan.
Where?
And you're pulled out of the vision and back in the tent. You heard Dorgishan.
What'd you say, Yoshi?
Sorry, I said Dorgishan. Anybody know a Dorgishan?
Nobody.
No.
Nowhere around here.
I go, wow, that was pretty interesting. Thank you.
You look at her and you swear there's more wrinkles on her cheeks. She goes, certainly.
I go, are you okay?
Yes, this is what I do. Thank you for your concern. Anybody else?
We got to get out of here.
To Bundock, Solana goes, I like your idea of figuring out if she knows something that someone knows is true. How could we do that before we go? Like, didn't you say that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if someone wants to ask about a fact of their past, then they can, discern if what she sees or tells them is accurate.
Right. Something she shouldn't know.
Right.
I want a metagame right now.
What? Do you want to come into the tent?
You should have freaking came in, you asshole.
All right,
You're not
Bundock. Who's it
wrong.
gonna be? Who's it gonna be then?
Well, I think Fubar, he's the
No.
most skeptical of us.
No.
So if there's one to convince, it would be him.
Nope. Gonna
Brother.
pass on that.
Brother.
Pass.
Brother. That's really making me laugh.
Hey, he's got his mind made up on this one. I
Yep.
don't know.
All right.
Pass.
Or Fazora?
Well, she's
Yeah,
already
I mean,
drinking the Kool-Aid, though.
Well,
Well, but I mean, I would hope she would be able to know something from her own past to be true or false.
But she's already committed. She could just say
She's-
yes to get you to go with it.
she'll say that she's telling the truth.
I'm
Fair
already
point.
convinced to do the mission. Anyway.
Right.
So
I want to just hear what Derek has to say, to be honest. Solana's going to sit down because I just want to hear what you have to say, Derek.
Okay. You take a seat. What can I help you with?
I would like to hear something about my past. Please.
Your past. And she focuses in on the crystal ball and you see it swirl again. And again, you guys see her mumbling, but only Solana, you can hear her voice. Crystal woodlands. Are you alone in those forests? Studying the interest elements. Interesting. And she's like kind of searching what you want to know about your past. So she's kind of waiting for your brain to lock
To
onto
do something. Interesting.
So she kind of takes you to this picture of you sitting in the forest of Taranwin outside of Letya, kind of taking in the nature. And it'd be you locked on what you want to know about this moment.
It's vulnerable for her, right? I think when she would have said, like, you're not alone, I think Solana would have been thinking about her goddess.
Okay. So you're in this moment. She goes, taking in nature. Saren's influence. You kind of see you like snap your fingers and produce this flame in your hand. And you kind of are surprised by yourself and you snuff it out. Then you kind of dig your hands into the dirt and feel the earth. And your appreciation for the elements and the nature around you. And she goes, Saren guides you, Solana. The elves, and it flashes you forward. You're looking at the future instead of the past now. And a large snake-like figure rises up out of this murky marsh. and you look to your left and right and see silhouettes of your party on either side of you, and this large towering snake-like being strikes out at you, and you see these huge fangs coming towards you, and you're sucked back into the tent. And she's still squinting at you. She goes, "You all have a threaded history and a threaded future. You will stick together whether you want to or not. Interesting." And her cheeks are now red. You can see more wrinkles above her eyes. And she almost looks out of breath.
Solana gets up from the table and like has like tears in her eyes and is like wants to leave, but is like trying not to show how upset she is.
Bundock would speak up and would say a bit. So, Solana, what you saw or she showed, was it truthful?
Yes.
That's okay.
She says yes, but it takes a long time.
Well, then it's settled. Lady Aris, thank you for your time. We'll let you go, but it was very much appreciated, and we hope to see you again.
I want to put my hand on Svetlana's back.
Anytime. Stick together. You are destined for great things, all of you.
Thanks.
Even our other member?
Damn.
I sensed frustration about you. There is one more, too afraid to come in?
Yeah.
Truth be told, not sure why he didn't want to come in.
It is understood. All of you have a part to play.
And we leave.
Oh yeah.
Yes, thank you again for your time.
Looking into the water of the fountain,
I toss a rock on the ground at his back, just a tiny one.
Whoa, what the hell was that?
You should have gone
And I-
in there.
Luck goes, why? I don't believe in all that mystic mumbo jumbo.
Hey, I bet there were multiple people that went in there that didn't believe it, but I think there's something to this stuff.
Hear anything in your head, Lug?
Yeah, we sure did.
So I say no. I just out here enjoying the weather and
You didn't hear a strange word or
I'm gonna
anything?
insight check him.
nope, did not
Insight
hear a
check
strange
his
word.
ass.
all right, go ahead and make an insight check. Lug, make a deception check.
19 anyway.
Oh, I got 19 minus 10. So a 9.
Thank you. Yeah, he's lying to you, Yoshi.
I go, Lug, you're not a very good liar.
I say no, I'm trying to be better. I think I may have to lie for us to stay safe sometimes. I say I did hear a word and it took me by surprise. It was Carldom.
I go, shh, not out here.
Oh. Sorry. And then I lean in closer and whisper, it was Carl.
Thank you. Lug, let me ask you something. You heard the, or you read that book about Silverlight, right?
Yeah.
And so there's this champion of Varrock, and he was chosen by the gods, right, to defeat this demon. And in order to defeat it, he had to have been gifted a sword. A sword with a name, so you know it's good. And it was gifted by who? Let me quiz you. Who was it gifted by?
Who was it gifted by?
Sarah Doman.
Well, you didn't let me answer. I was just about to say our Lord and Savior Sarah Doman.
That's exactly right. And yet you didn't want to come in with us to learn more about that?
Oh
Or
my gosh.
Are you
Lug opens his mouth and puts up a finger and goes, I'm the champion. Cause I do work for Sarah Doman. Oh my gosh. And Lug just has this revelation that he's the chosen one.
You could be. You could
This
be.
is great.
I go, Lug, how can that be when Foz is our champion?
Well, no, I certainly am not that, but
Lug goes, what do you mean? He doesn't worship Saradomin.
Why are we
I
doing
do.
this here?
Yes.
Nah, you're right. You're right. Barracks?
Doing I say doing what?
Talking about this.
Oh. I don't know. I was just watching people in the fountain, and then you guys came out and started asking questions, so I don't know.
Did you...
Hear he, the king arrives! And you see a commotion coming from the east up the road as people begin to separate. You see several guard walking in front of a large chariot, surprising among them. As they approach, you see this wide swath being cut through the crowd. As everyone goes quiet, some begin to whistle and clap as the carriage goes past them. As it makes its way back towards the palace, you see it kind of turn and pass you guys towards the courtyard as you're having this conversation.
I fix my hair, I stand up straight, I put my hands behind my back, and I watch as the procession goes by. But first I brush off Fubar. He's got a little dirt on his shoulders.
I'm
And it does
gonna
pass.
I'm gonna go up to the twins and say, all right, we're gonna have to go talk to Surprisin'. According to the librarian, he has the sword. It sounds like we're gonna need it.
Yeah, I don't know how much stake I would put into that, but absolutely,
Yeah.
I'm willing to go there first. I
Definitely.
Surprisin' is Fubar. You could back me up here. He's good.
Yeah,
Still in the
definitely
middle
be
of the
our first
courtyard.
stop. First stop for sure. Let's head there.
Yoshi's cracking me up.
Still-
Yoshi's doing the la 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 thing so that other people can't hear us.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well,
Having
I
a
mean,
good
I'm not.
day?
I'm trying to. I'm not trying to yell it. I'm, speaking to the group, and I assume everyone is paying attention to the king going by.
Get all your
I'm
shopping
being
done?
fairly loud. Barracks or courtyard. What do you think?
We're following you.
I
To the
lead them to the barracks.
To the barracks.
All right.
And then you just see the
You make
Batman
your way
symbol.
towards the castle following the procession. The guards let you by. And as you enter up the front steps, to the right, you see a large group of guards around the king heading to the right. To the left, you see one knight who you recognize as Surprisin' heading for his bedroom.
Boss man.
Yell for him.
Hey. Prizen.
It's
boss.
Surprisin' Fazora.
I said sir, but I said it more quiet than the Prizen part. But I did say sir.
She did say it.
Thank you. I really did.
I bow.
And I apologize that you didn't hear otherwise.
This is him
Surprising.
in the hallway right here. Yeah, good to see you guys made it here. Please come into my room.
Thanks.
You look like you have something you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Especially in your room.
Stop it. As soon as we walk in, like I'm looking at the other four like, do you understand the assignment?
All right. You make your way into Surprisin's bedroom. You see in the dead center is a chessboard with two chairs on either side. There's a simple table with a lot of parchment, quill, and ink on it. A large bed.
I'm looking over at Fubar and I'm just mouthing the words too easy. I'm like, this shit is we are so fucking good at this. Too easy.
All right. So you see the table, the large bed where he rests with an end table next to it. You see a shield mounted on the wall, a suit of armor. You see another small table that's got some old food bits left over. And on the wall is a encased, gleaming white sword. So
How you been?
long day. And he sits in the chair and just kind of relaxing. It's a long march. Doing fine. What have the group of you been up to? Have you found anything out?
A lot. Guys, should I go on? Like what I don't know, who can summarize the best? Is it me?
I mean,
Let's
it depends
step
if you guys.
forward.
If you guys. Oh no.
Look, I don't know
Lug,
if maybe if
He steps
If I had
forward,
to make a
ignoring everyone, and says, "Well, Sir Pryson, I'm the champion."
okay, well, he's messing with you. Let me go ahead and just step in front of him real quick. I apologize for on Lug's behalf there. Yeah, we learned a bunch of stuff. Not all is well here, Sir Pryson, and I think you're pretty well aware of that.
Yes, we are having citizens and travelers perish and disappear in the woods. What's going on? What have you found out? What are the mages up to?
Well, it's our understanding that they're attempting to summon a demon.
I see. You spoke with Reldo, like I asked?
We did. We also
So you-
spoke with the fortune teller, Lady Aris.
Excellent. So what's next?
I'm just kind of
Well-
looking at her and pointing up above me.
Well-
I'm gonna
Bundock.
that sword on the wall. Does it have a name?
Yes. Let me think here. White light, gleaming.
Silverlight?
That's it. Yeah, Silverlight. Yes, Silverlight.
Any-
It's been passed
any-
down to me through a couple of generations. It's been up there since I moved into this room.
So surprising. This isn't. Is this your sword?
No, from what I understand, it was that we used to have champions of each city that usually were chosen by the gods, but since the God Wars, things have really toned down, and we kind of switched to monarchies with kings and knighthood. So it was just kind of given to the sworn protector of the king for the last few generations, and here I am. But it's never been used, or at least as far as I know.
Why?
Do you know the story of the tale of Silverlight?
Yes, yes. The champion of Varrock used it to slay a demon, allegedly, and then was kind of the savior of the city. It happened over a century ago, I guess, and the sword's been there ever since.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
about 149 and 3/4 years ago, probably something like that.
While they're talking, I go to take it off the wall.
You walk up to it and see it is encased in a locked glass and wood case.
Is there anything that says break in case of emergency?
No, unfortunately, there's no sign that says open here or anything like that. It's weird.
Surprising. Let's say we had an emergency.
Ah, smart.
Clearly, you're not using this sword in your regular active duty, but should the need arise, would you have the authority to take it?
Yes and no. So that case there was created by wizards, and from what I understand, when I became the Knight of Varrock, there's 3 locks, 3 keys, but the other 2 keys aren't available until one is found. Does that make sense?
There are
Do we
3
know-
locks, 3 keys, and one can only be found, or one can only be unlocked when the other. No, I don't get it. What? Go ahead again. Give me one more time.
So I was given all 3 keys when I became Knight of this city and moved into this room, and I was instructed by the king to divvy them up. And when I did so, I was told 2 of the keys would not be able to be found until the first was found
Oh, okay.
or unlocked.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. So that's what I did. I was ordered. I divvied up the keys. It's been there ever since.
Heck, you wouldn't know. Maybe you wouldn't have the inside track on some names, would you?
Oh yes, I know absolutely who I gave them to. One was Captain Roven upstairs. You two know him very well. The other I gave to Wizard Trailborn of the Wizard's Tower. And then the other I kept myself. Yes.
Bunnock's gonna speak up. Say, all right. So, is there any chance we could borrow the sword? The fortune teller told us that this demon basically the only way to send it back is with that sword and a incantation.
Wow, that's heavy. Yeah, if you can track down the keys, have at it. Try not to lose it. I'm not the one that has to use it, right?
No.
Okay.
Lug looks
Oh.
at him and goes, I'll be using it.
Oh, that's what you meant by champion. Great, great. Nice to meet you. Surprising. And he walks over to you, shakes your hand, Lug.
Lug reaches out and says, Lug River Song.
Lug River Song, champion of Varrock. Nice to meet you. So you're the one that's going to save us all.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Can I insight check this guy, see if he's acting fishy while we're talking about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's another 19.
Oh, baby.
He seems genuinely happy he doesn't have to be the one to use this sword.
Okay.
You gather that he seems to be a knight that controls the people and kind of keeps peace, not somebody who's going to charge headfirst at a dragon. And he seems to be truthful about there being 3 keys. You gather he's keeping something from you. You don't know what, but there seems to be not deceit, but he's just withholding information.
I go, sir, surprising. Is this all the information
yes.
you can give us? There's nothing more you have tucked away.
Let me see here. Wizard enchanted box. 3 keys. 1 and the 2 can be found. Yeah, I think that's it.
Come on.
So, could we have your key, and can we
Come
put it in the
on.
lock so that the other ones can be seen?
When Bundok asks this, Yoshi, this is when you gather. He kind of grimaces yeah, so mine's the 3rd key, right? So it can't be found until the 1st is. And also he kind of scratches the back of his neck. I may have lost it down the drain of the kitchen.
You lost the what?
The 3rd key.
You lost the buddy. Surprising. Can I? All right.
Oh, okay, that's okay. So if we talk to the other knight and get his key, and then somewhere, hopefully down beneath the castle, we can find the other one.
Yeah. So that's the issue. You know, I passed out the keys and I had mine and I went to the garden to kind of, show my girlfriend at the time, what they entrusted me with, and dropped it down the drain out there. And because the keys were divided, they disappeared until the 1st is used. So I haven't been able to retrieve it. And he looks very awkward looking at the group of you.
All right.
So your girlfriend knows all about this?
Well,
I mean, I wouldn't say entirely. You're talking, 50 years ago, probably.
Oh,
Yeah, we're long gone.
sorry.
wait, how old are you?
Yeah, what?
Hold on a second.
I'm about 65.
Fuck, you're 60. You look great for 65. I mean, I mean that. So you don't look a day over
16th birthday, I became the Knight of Varrock. Been here ever
Hey,
since. Keeping the
Aura.
peace.
All right, gang. I think I have. I can get us that. We can get that key.
Yeah, we'll have to go get the first one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Are we good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead, Bundok?
I'm just gonna go up to Surprise and shake his hand, and to thank you for your help and giving us all this information.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me know if anything. You guys got the advanced gold, right? You're good on that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent, excellent. The first key would be Robin upstairs. Feel free to see if you can track him down. Hopefully he still has it. And let me know if you need anything else. Good luck. The faster you move, the better.
Okay, I'm last out the door, and I wave to him and I say, I hate to do this to you, but I find it surprising that you could be so careless. Okay, I have to go.
That's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
Wham! Just door shuts behind you.
That's right.
Hi, I'm Solana from Taranwin, and you're watching Disney Channel. Just kidding, but thanks for listening. You can find us on Insta and X at 99DnDing Pod, and like and subscribe to see what shenanigans Foz and Fubar get us into next.